I'm Adam Shiva, and I'm going to talk about an idea I call making sure it's a door before you push hard. And the analogy here is that you're walking up to a castle and you come to just the first side of the castle that you see. You start pushing as hard as you can. Well, if that's the middle of a brick wall or a giant stone wall, that might not be the best way to get into that castle, as coming at the wooden door is the area most likely to get in. So the reason why I think this is a valuable concept is that I think fortitude is one of the core values that really makes life totally different. This could be called grit or faith, endurance, but the idea being that if we make it so that our limitation comes from when initially something feels challenging, when at first you don't succeed, when we kind of listen to our natural habits, a lot of times those setbacks can really stop us and can just halt the progress that we're making in the thing we value. Whereas if there's an orientation towards, I will see this thing happen, it is what I want and I will make it happen, and there's really this core like burning desire for it, and this kind of faith and connection to its possibility and to your capability of doing it. One of the things that I've used at times where I've really pushed through something challenging is, oh, others have failed at that? Well, they weren't me. And this sort of feeling like, I don't think that actually comes from something special about me, but actually it's that orientation that that one can just feel so fiery dedicated to something. They can make it happen. I think that that opens up totally new vistas in life. But without this concept of make sure it's a door before you push hard, it actually can totally be a liability, lead one to burnout, and a really unfulfilling, stressful way of dealing with life. So, some of the areas where this might apply is, hey, you want your relationship to be better, maybe just putting your energy into processing more might actually just stir up more trauma. Maybe the better way to deal with it isn't with intensive energy, but rather knowing when to step away and to kind of counsel oneself instead of to continue to talk it out. Maybe one's trying to lose weight and they're using a old tried and true low-fat diet and cardio, and maybe they're not getting results, and maybe more modern research might help them find a way of dealing with it that might work better. Now, one of the limitations I think with this way of seeing things is that actually someone can actually be set back really early in a process and say, well, it didn't work the first time I tried it, so maybe I just need to reconsider what I'm doing. And I think that that has to be constantly balanced with knowing for oneself and in that particular situation, well, was this setback indicative of that I'm pushing on a wall, or was this setback indicative that I didn't really get my stance good before I started pushing? And I think that for each of us, it's important to kind of decipher in that moment, is this an area where more intensity and fortitude is serviceable, or when reinvestigating the way I'm going about this? I think that in areas like relationship or in a longer mission, there can be a real damage to processes where we reinvestigate, is this really what I want? Is this really what I want? Too often. It actually can have us not able to put in grit and fortitude and a certain commitment that makes the thing different. And also, I think it's constantly valuable to reinvestigate how we're doing it, not if we want to do it. I think that's a kind of more like investigate and then several months down the line investigate again. Whereas how we want to do it actually has to be determined by results and kind of investigating, well, was I giving it my best, or did I have a lot more to learn about that thing? Or was that a really good effort that couldn't have worked because it seemed like I was going down the wrong path? I hope this is really valuable for you. It's really awesome for me that y'all have been subscribing to this, and thanks so much for being here, and I hope this really helps you, and I'd love it if you shared it with a friend. Have a great day.